You ever had your heart broken in a parking lot? Not by some young love, but by your own flesh and blood, yeah. That's how my story starts, and trust me, it's got enough twist to keep you hold your breath. I'm Dolores Whitley, 70 years old, mother, grandmother, and up until 3 days ago, I thought I still belonged in my own family. Turns out, sometimes betrayal doesn't come with yelling or slammed doors sometimes. It looks like your daughter-in-law, smiling sweetly, and telling you to grab juice boxes for the grandkids, then driving away while you stand there, clutching a bag of snacks, wondering if this is really happening. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be a family road trip to Asheville Labor Day weekend, the kids in the back seat glued to their tablets, my son Jordan driving, Tasha riding shotgun, and me packed in with my homemade cookies and sketchbooks, just happy to still be part of their lives. We pull in for gas. Tasha turns to me with that sugary voice, "Mama D, would you mind running in for snacks?" I nod, of course, feeling useful, feeling included. When I come out, the SUV is gone. I'm not talking move to another palm gone. I mean, out on the highway, the taillights already fading, my grandbaby's heads just silhouettes in the rear window, and Tashash laughing. I swear, she turns, locks eyes with me, and laughs. For a minute, I thought it was a mistake. I waited. I sat down on that bench outside the mini-mart, the sun beating down, my knees aching, my brain trying to find a reason. Maybe something happened. My phone on bar, nothing. I open Facebook just to distract myself, and the first thing I see is a post going viral, some poor old lady abandoned by her family at a rest stop. Everyone's up in arms, calling it evil. But me? I'm living it, right then, except I know this wasn't a mistake. They meant to leave me. And that's when it hits me, these people think I'm disposable. Little do they know I'm still the legal owner of the house they live in, the very one my retirement money fixed up. That's the house Jordan begged me to save 6 months ago when he called crying because they were about to lose everything. "Mama, you're the only one who can help us," he said. So I did $80,000 for my late husband's insurance, but not without a lawyer, a contract, my name on the deed. I'm not naive. I thought I was helping family, not writing myself out of their lives. At first, Jordan called every Sunday, Tasha got on the phone, the kids sent voice notes. Then it faded, shorter calls, then excuses, then silence. When I wanted to visit, they were always too busy or the house was too crowded. My grandbaby Aubrey once told me on the phone, "Daddy says you're too busy for us now." That's what they told the children. That's what they wanted me to believe. And now, here I am, a week later, abandoned at a gas station, and suddenly I'm seeing everything clearly. But I'm not crying. That surprised me more than anything. I didn't cry. I pulled out my phone, called Angel Amy Lawyer, my friend, my guard dog. "It's time," I said, and she knew exactly what I meant. "You want to enforce the lien?" "Yes, now." Before they even see it coming. She's all business, tells me she'll start the process right away. And for the first time that day, I feel like someone's on my side. You want to know what comes next? Here's where it gets real. I check into a little motel, nothing fancy, clean, safe, and quiet. I text Tasha, "You laughed today. I won't forget. Neither will the courts. Enjoy my house while you can." Then I block her number. I look at photos of the grandkids, their smiling faces, paint on their noses, and it stings, but not because of them, because I know I have to walk away, at least for now, to keep my dignity. The next morning, I've got missed calls and voicemails from Jordan. I ignore them. I call Angela instead, emergency eviction, restraining order, the works. She's already on it. By midweek, the sheriff posts a notice on their door. Jordan finally calls, frantic. "Mama, what's going on?" he asks, voice shaking. "Why are you doing this?" I tell him the truth. "Why did you leave me?" He tries to blame Tasha, says the car was overheating, that he thought I'd catch up, that it wasn't his idea. I stop him. "I gave you money, my trust, and all I wanted was to be in my grandkids' lives. You let her drive away and didn't look back." There's silence, then the sound of him crying. "Can we fix this?" he whispers. I'm at the Regal Motel off Highway 90. I say, "If you want to see me, bring my grandkids, but don't bring your wife." Then I hang up. Saturday afternoon, there's a knock on my motel door. I know it's them before I even look. Jordan looks older, tired, like regret finally caught up. The kids run to me, arms around my waist, and I let myself melt just for a second. Jordan asks if they can come in. I say just him and the kids. We sit, I hand out snacks, and he tells me Tasha's been unraveling since the eviction notice blaming him, screaming, left the house last night, took the kids' tablets, some clothes, went to her cousin's. I think I'm done, Mama, he says quietly. I'm filing for divorce. I look at him really looking and see the scared boy I raised, the one who used to make me lemonade stands. You think this is about a house? I ask. Jordan, I raised you better than this. I protected you, and you let someone treat me like I was nothing. He wants forgiveness, but I tell him, you don't need to earn it. You just need to remember it. He nods, tears in his eyes. Before they leave, Aubrey hugs me tight, begs me to come home, but I say, Grandma's just taking a little vacation. And I mean it. A week later, I'm in court, standing tall in a Navy suit, Angela by my side. Tasha doesn't even show. Her lawyer calls me. The elderly lender, Angela, sets him straight. The judge, a tough black woman with silver braids, reads the agreement, the deed, the proof, and the ugly texts and voicemails Tasha sent. She rules fast. Eviction granted. Any contest is frivolous unless you bring me something new. The gavel drops. I walk out of that courtroom restored. Jordan meets me at the house, hands me every key, tells me he's moved out, the kids are with him. The place is quiet, empty, and a little sad, but it's still mine. I sit in my old recliner, listen to the house breathe, and I sleep like I haven't in years. Next day, Jordan brings groceries. The kids run wild. We clean together, and I tell him I plan on putting the house in a trust for the grandkids. Not him. Not Tasha. Them. He stares, stunned, but I know what I'm doing. You don't need to earn my forgiveness, I remind him. You just need to remember. But I'm not staying. I'm buying a lakeside cottage, quiet, peaceful, far from the drama. I want fresh air and new start. Will you visit? He asks. Every weekend, I promise. That night, I swing on the porch with the kids, fireflies blinking, laughter in the air, and for the first time in ages, I feel real peace. Next morning, there's a letter in my mailbox, no return address. Angry handwriting. Tasha, of course. She says I humiliated her, turned her husband against her. That karma is coming for me. I read it, fold it, toss in the trash, and pour myself another coffee. Let her rage I already won. Weeks pass. I settle in by the lake, garden with Aubrey, read with Miles, rescue a stray cat named Clementine, find community with other women my age. One crisp day, Miles asks why I left the house to them. I say, because no one should have to beg for respect from family. That house is proof that love protects even when people don't. He nods, and I know he understands. So if you're still wondering how this story ends, well, it doesn't. Not really. I was left at a gas station, but I found my power, found my peace, and made sure my grandkids would never wonder if they mattered. That's the legacy. That's the truth. Now, I gotta ask, if it was you, would you have done the same? Was I right to take the house? Or was that just more revenge? Let me know. We all got our own story about where justice begins and ends.